Hello boys and girls, welcome to my channel, I'm For Classic and welcome to BenchART. So for today what I do have needed is the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim Special Edition. So yeah, developed by Bethesda Gameworks, or Game Studios I mean, and they are using their creation engine, which I believe to be pretty much the same version as Fallout 4, since this remaster it was released after, the release of Fallout 4 and includes DirectX 11, 64 bits, which allows mods or more special mods to be available for this special edition. So that selling point, it was that. But there are many other revamps to the special edition comparing to the regular version. You have God Rays, you have snow shaders, you have depths of field. Shadows are now soft shadows. The depths of field are completely dynamic, which creates a macro effect every time you are overlooking or looking to an object in proximity. There are much better water improvements, level of details improvements, a lot of distance, grass. There are a lot of revamps into this game, but there are some other things that people actually didn't enjoy, like the lack of MSAA, and now the anti-aliasing that you need to use it is TAA and can be a little bit blurred at times. For me it was shocking when I started to play Special Edition, because everything seemed really blurred, but after a while I get used to it. Anyway, despite the improvements and disimprovements of some of the stuff, the big question is how well it fares in the GTX 1650 Super. And well, it fares pretty well if you are going to play at 1080p. If you are going to play at 1080p, all I have to say is you are going to get 60 frames per second no matter what. So no matter if you are fighting a dragon and it is spitting fire all over you and you are in the middle of a grass and trees, it doesn't really matter, because the GTX 1650 Super can actually handle the game with no drops whatsoever from the frame cap, which is 60 frames per second. You can't get more than 60 frames per second in this game, since it's a lock applied to the game. Yes, if you go to the ini file and you unlock VSync, or you can use modes for that if you want, you can unlock the frame rate, but it is not really recommended, since Skyrim starts to behave weirdly, especially on the physics department. Every time you go over 60 frames per second or 100 frames, the higher frame rate you get, the more weird physics will behave. So yeah, but essentially it is that. I haven't made any single graphic or anything like it, because you are just going to get 60 frames per second at 1080p with this graphic card. Alright, with ultra settings, maximum settings, no matter what settings you throw at it, you will get 60 frames per second. Of course, if you apply modes, things will change and it might get more demanding as expected. If you go to 1440p, at some areas your frame rate will tank outside, but usually the environments inside you will still get 60 frames per second, and at 4K I haven't tested myself, alright? I haven't tested the game at 4K, I mean. But essentially it is entirely that. You are going to get 60 frames per second at 1080p. I'm assuming that if you brought the GTX 1650 Super, you are going only to play at 1080p or lower. I hope you haven't brought a 1650 Super for higher resolutions or for high frame rate, because this graphic card, it wasn't really created for these type of use cases, unless you are going to play very low demanding games. Alright, so guys, that's all that I want to talk about Skyrim Special Edition. Hope you did enjoy the video, hope you keep enjoying the rest of it, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye, thank you a lot for watching.